the Wizard of Oz. Here he is, the Wizard of Wiz, if ever a whiz there was. If ever a whiz there was, the Wizard of Oz is one because of the wonderful things he does.
Well, hello. Welcome to my first YouTube experience. God, it feels like I'm giving a Bible reading talk again. So, who am I? Well, I'm an apostate of Oz, and that's Australia, Oz, that is. But from the start, I'd really just like to make it clear that my posts are going to be about recovery from the dangerous religious cult that I spent 40 years of my life in. Not so much to bash the religion, well, maybe a little, sometimes, when they deserve it. But I hope I can help and sort of encourage others who are hoping or trying to escape from the religion. And for those who've been lucky enough to get out of it through their own efforts or be forced out, hopefully I can help them to heal after their experience. Well, a little bit about myself. I'm a third generation Jehovah's Witness. My grandparents became Jehovah's Witnesses in their early 20s, some in the 1940s. About myself, I'm the youngest in my family. I was a good little JW boy. I was always did what was expected of me, did what I was told, reached all the milestones that is expected of a Jehovah's Witness son. But the truth of it is, I never really believed it. You know, I was taught to pray. I could give a good prayer. But I always felt like I was talking to a wall, never really getting anywhere. But anyway, these are all subjects for later on. I got baptized at 17, and I got disfellowshipped when I was 40. And the cool thing for me to remember my disfellowshipping date was it was on the 11th of the 1st, 2011. So that's pretty cool. Easy date to remember. The day I was freed. Not through my own steam. I was forced out. But my heart was already out, so they did me a favour. Right. That's the end of that part. Right, well, I thought I might tell you about my epiphany, how I realised that something wasn't right. Well, I'd always known it wasn't right, but it was that defining moment where, you know, this is crap. I'll tell you where I had my epiphany. Well, I was actually on the platform at just a congregation meeting on a service meeting night. As I was a ministerial servant, I avoided becoming an elder. I faced many years of being pressured to want to become an elder or asked to become an elder, and I just steered clear of it. Self-preservation, perhaps. But anyway, I was a ministerial servant. So this one particular service meeting part was about how Jehovah assists those in field service. And I remember quite distinctly that time, I'm not sure if it was 2008, 2009, around that time, it was quite a while ago, and it was the whole situation in Darfur in the Sudan. And I remember watching one of the news just before the meeting, before we had dinner, and it was this lady who sitting there just sobbing, crying, holding this little skin and bones of her baby that had just died in her arms. And she was just asking, you know, where is God? And it's, you know, it's very sad, but when you're at JW, you think, oh, well, you know, they'll wake up in the paradise and it'll all be lovely and good. But anyway, I saw that. And later that night on the service meeting, I was on the platform and handling the parts, and it was a question and answer and audience participation. And a sister put her hand up and she's relating about a friend of hers in America who worked full-time, small pay, wanted to pioneer, wanted to serve Jehovah, serve the Watchtower. And she prayed to God, and it was miraculous. He answered her that she got a part-time job that provided her with a car, that paid her more than she did before, and she could regular pioneer. And wasn't it wonderful how God provided for her? And that really was the epiphany for me, because I remember just thinking, and excuse my language, we are Australians, I just thought, this is shit. And I had that terrible, terrible thought, did I just think that or say that? And I remember just looking around and everyone's sitting there just nodding away and all happy. So I thought, oh, thank God I got away with it. But that was the moment. And I just had that dread feeling inside me that this is wrong. And I thought, how can a God provide a better job for this first world woman to, sell books, and yet at the same time, this other lady who's probably never hurt anyone, never even heard of Jehovah, her little baby died. If it's so convenient for God to provide a car and a better job and more money for this one, why couldn't he help that little baby? And it clicked in me. And I thought, this is rubbish. There is no God, because the God wouldn't allow it. I couldn't allow my children to suffer and die if it was within my power to help them. There's even a scripture that says from the Bible. Thankfully, I'm forgetting where all these scriptures are, about if you know what's right for you to do and you do not do it, for you that is a sin. Now, hey, why doesn't that apply to God? He can fix it. He supposedly, but he doesn't exist. He's like the wall behind me, there for being prayed to. But the thing is, I just thought, well, that's child abuse or neglect. And the neglect is so bad that I think it proves that there is no God. But that's just my belief. And again, I'm not here to tell people what to think. I've had a lifetime of that. And no, everyone's allowed to have their own beliefs. And that's my belief. So I'd like you to respect it, if you don't mind. I'm not going to push that onto anyone. But yeah, that's back to the point. That's why my heart just left it, and that was it. And it was basically a slow spiral of doubts, and it led me out. But it made me miserable. Did not have a happy time. I had a super righteous, zealous Jehovah's Witness wife at the time, and that just made life hell. But that's more subject for other ones. This is just an introduction. I don't want to go on and on and on. Plenty of other opportunities for that. So I look forward to posting more videos. A few different subjects, a few things that interest me in leaving Jehovah's Witnesses. But hopefully I can help. We have a recovery group in Australia that I'm happy to be a part of that is helping ones to recover. There's something about being able to talk, to meet, to just even, private message ones who know exactly what you're going through. Because I've had friends who, oh God, I almost said worldly. I don't have to have a swear jar here for like Jehovah's Witness words, but I've got to get that out of my head. Who, like, they understand, but they don't really understand. You have to go through the particular, and it covers all different cults and things, but the ones who particularly being Jehovah's Witnesses, we know what you went through. We know how boring it was. We know the pressure. I'm shunned. 90% of my family shunned me. My own 3 children shunned me and won't even talk to me. But again, more information for later. All right, so I think I'll wind this one up. I've always found everyone else's YouTubes very encouraging and helpful, very interesting, and I hope you can put up with the Australian accent. God, it sounds terrible. I know other people love it, but it's so nasally. But anyway, fair crack of the whip, cobbers. That's enough for me. So I'll catch you around. See you later.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now. I bid you all a very fond farewell.